Next, we will hear from the protests in the community. I say the protests in the community because the protest community is a community. These are the same people who are over-policed on a daily basis. And these are the same people who were courageous enough to step up when Ferguson happened. And from that day on, people have dedicated their lives to ensure that justice, not the justice that we just see on a piece of paper. We want to have the application of that piece of paper. So we call up Sister Melissa to speak to me.
Hello. I stand with the family of Anthony Lamar Smith. The protesters, the activists, we stand with the family of Anthony Lamar Smith. We are tired of waiting on justice. We want justice for our people, for our communities. We stand today with them to let you know that without justice, there can be no peace. We stand with the clergy today, happy that they came and they've joined us to say that we're tired of seeing our family, our loved ones, laying, bleeding, innocently and unarmed. We're here, and we're not going anywhere until we get justice.
Justice for Anthony!
So we have one more, and then we will we're waiting on the family. So I'm going to bring up Sister Julia Davis.
Assalamu alaikum. I speak on behalf of the Smith family, and I speak on behalf of our community. The Smith family will be here shortly. We're not going to keep doing this. We're not going to have any more of these. Convict this man because it is the righteous thing to do. It's the right thing to do. There shouldn't be a plea from us today for a guilty verdict. I sat in the trial those 5 days. I heard it all, I seen it all, and I did a lot of research outside of the trial. There is no way in the world an experienced judge should still have the community on pause. We're not going to be reactionary. We're going to be action takers. Let this verdict go, and let this verdict say guilty, please. Thank you.
As we await the family, about 30 minutes ago, talking to the family, and the family is very emotional. One of the things that the mother said was, what is taking so long? We know in this trial, some unprecedented things happened. Jason Stockley had $1 million bond, and that the Fraternal Order of Police and the St. Louis Police Department was willing to put up $1 million bond for a police officer. Some unprecedented things happened. He knew that he could not get a change of venue, and so he wanted to put it in the lap of Judge Wilson, a retiring judge who's been on the bench for over a decade. And so over a decade, he's seen cases by juries and benches. And so if an experienced judge takes this long, the people have to ask the question. It's harder to pay 13 people than it is to pay one person. Because if you're willing to put up $1 million bond for an officer who yelled out, "Oh, I'm going to kill him," get out the car in 2 minutes and kill him. He said in his own testimony that he knew he was breaking protocol by having an AK-47 ride along with him. But you know what he said? My life is more important than the protocol and the ordinances and the laws in this city. Then he also had a mystical, magical bag of guns. And so all my life, as a black person living in North St. Louis, I know that whenever I get pulled over, be it in the car, be it walking the street, because you can get pulled over while black just walking, no car involved, that I know at any given time a gun can pop up on me. It can magically come out somebody's bag and end up on me. No DNA evidence was found. Only the DNA evidence of the person whose gun it is. The gun that came out Jason Stockley's bag. So we're asking, really at this time, what are we standing here and waiting for? What are we really doing? Nothing in the last 3 years from Mike Brown to Von Derek Miles to Mansour Ball-Bey tells me that we're going to get a verdict, a guilty verdict. It's not manslaughter, it's not involuntary. He said, I'm going to kill him. That's murder one. And so that's premeditated. So that means he needs 30 years to life. I would say life without the possibility of parole is what we need. You know, it'd be no different. So if I killed an officer today, if I walked down the street right now and I said, you know what? Because I'm going to say what Stockley said. His facial expression led me to believe that he might do something to me. He might kill me. All my life, a police officer has looked like he was going to kill me. I've never killed one. So is that telling me that I should do the same as police officers? My moral compass is still intact. I have not done what the police has done to Mansour Ball-Bey, Anthony Lamar Smith, or anybody else. So why in the black community, it's two laws for us. It's laws for the police officers, and there's laws for the black people who they oppress every day. We're not waiting. You can see who behind us is church, clergy, no matter what denomination, no matter what case you're on. It could be Isaiah Hammond, it could be Anthony Lamar Smith, it could be Mansour Ball-Bey. All the cases are trying to come together right now because there's no time to wait. So every day that they give us, we're going to organize. So we asking right now, we're going to have 2 mass meetings. So if you're not a part of the movement, if you ever wanted to know what the movement was, you're looking at it right now. If you ever looking for the voice for black people in the community, you're looking at it right now. We're not divided. That's the myth. That's the thing that they want to tell people. We look pretty unified today, don't we? We need a deadline. Oh, we got something for that. So this mass meeting, we're going to have a mass meeting at Tuesday night. So at Tuesday night, we're going to be at Wayman AME Church. That's 5010 Cabaney Avenue. It's at Cabaney and Kings Highway. That's Tuesday night. We're going to start at 6:30. The next night is going to be Thursday. We're going to be at St. Luke's Church. Same time, 6:30. The address is 3623 Finney Avenue. We want to have a mass movement, so we need mass meetings. We need people to come together. Right now is the time to put all your differences aside. It's a time to say if my baby case, because even in Ferguson, we have people cases from 10, 15, 20, 30 years ago. From long as I've been alive, it's been black people being killed by the police. And so we asking you, if you're a friend, a family, a loved one, or concerned citizen, that you really say, I love black people and I'm an ally, then we asking you to come here and be a co-conspirator on these organized mass mobilizations and direct actions. We asking for our black people to come together. No matter if you got a cross or an unk. The police don't care about that. They see a black face. They don't ask any other questions. They don't see nothing but black folk. They don't see nothing but somebody I can oppress, and no one will stand up. But those days are gone. We're telling you right now, we're organizing in a way that you're going to see mass disruption. Be it plane, train, and automobile. No matter what the game is, the game will stop. No matter what the business is. See, this is not just downtown. This is not just Ferguson. This is the whole region. And so, from Jennifer Joyce on back to Bob McCullough, if they wanted to be silent then our voices will be heard now. There'll be no going away. There'll be no going back into the darkness. There'll be no sighing and crying. If we will be crying, we'll be crying together, praying together, marching together on the front lines. As we wait for the family will now be taking questions today. They will come in, deliver a short statement. Before we go into the family statement, is there any questions for any of the speakers today? Okay, so I got you. You see so it was an earmark point from August 10th when the rebellion happened, because I don't call that a riot. I call those angry, oppressed, disenfranchised people voting with their feet and hands. And so poor people got mad and they had to do whatever they had to do. In my lifetime, I've never heard the President of the United States say anything about me unless something was on fire or something was being vandalized. I've never seen the president, and so I'm talking about a black one, because in my lifetime I had a black one and a white one. They did the same thing. Nothing for black people. And so it's going to look a lot like Ferguson. It's going to look like 100-plus days, 300-plus days of direct action. Ferguson, October, those same things. This is going to be all of that. So no matter where you at, if you're involved in this, judge, prosecutor, even a clerk, if you're a friend of the officer and you thought you was in a secret KKK or white supremacist group with them, you on our target list. All these racist white businesses from, Ferrari Pizza in Ferguson on. If you're a white supremacist food place or any kind of business, you're on the target list. If the St. Louis Cardinals don't care about black people enough, only when we on the field doing backflips like Ozzie Smith, but when I get off the field, you don't care nothing about me, you on the target list. So if you're not investing in the community, so you could be philanthropy, you could be a clergy person who thought they was going to jump out there, get a little platform, you could be an activist and think you're doing the same thing. If you're not with the people, you're against us. I can't tell you what the direct action look like, but I tell you it ain't business as usual. Anybody else?
I'll ask that question. Are the clergy as supportive of that same response in terms of protest when it comes to those disruptions?
We're no longer divided. You're not going to pit black clergy against black activists anymore. We're all together. And we stand 100%, let me be clear, 100% in solidarity. The days